Okay, so you want to play Marvel Rivals, and I want you to play. So I am going to teach you. So first thing we got to do is let's get this game open. I know you're nervous, but it's okay. The most important thing is having fun. That's all I care about. Maybe other people you've dated in the past or friends or something have taken it a little more seriously, but I want you to have fun. That's the main thing. It's just a game, you know. I have some experience and stuff with like competitive stuff like this, but I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're just here to have fun. So yeah, you'll want to open it up on Steam, and then we'll just go ahead and hit launch when the pop-up comes. Yeah, I'm going to try to take it as slow as possible, okay? It is kind of a fast-paced game, which might be overwhelming for you, but that's okay. It's new things are always going to feel a little scary and a little weird. But that's that's okay. And it doesn't mean necessarily that you dislike it. It doesn't mean that you're bad at it. Everybody has to adapt. Everybody has to learn things. And, based on your skill level, it just, there's ways to slowly ease into it as best you can. And I'm here to do that with you because I love you and I want you to have a good time. So yeah, it is normal to have the shaders compiling. I think this is just like, I don't know, stuff with the 3D models or something. I have no idea. It happens in a lot of games. In terms of keyboard or mouse, I would probably say keyboard if you can. The reason that people play these games with keyboard is less about the keyboard and it's more about the mouse. Aiming is pretty important in a lot of these games, depending on the character you play as well. But, you want to hit the character that you're trying to hurt or kill. And so your mouse, your wrist has the ability to aim a little bit more appropriately. So, okay, we're at the main starting screen and you should see a bunch of options at the top. So firstly, I just want you to look at the characters. I don't remember how much you've read or watched with Marvels, but you're probably familiar with people like Spider-Man and stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and click Heroes. Now, there are a lot of heroes to choose from, which is cool, but also kind of overwhelming. I mean, I was and I love Marvel, which but it's pretty overwhelming. So first things first, just take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. And just just find someone that you think looks cool. Some characters are harder than others to play because their powers and stuff are a little bit trickier to get used to. But if you're just worried about movement and learning the controls a little bit, then just kind of pick a character who you think is pretty or cool looking or hot even. I mean, there are a lot of hot characters in this and their butts look crazy. If you look at Venom here, look at Venom. I mean, his cheeks are crazy. But yeah, you just kind of want to, sorry, my keyboard is being a little stupid. Come on, keyboard. That's another thing you don't want happening for sure. Is your keyboard not working? Okay, got that fixed. So there's 3 different types of characters. So first, if you click, you'll see where it says all classes. If you're on the heroes menu here, you'll see that it says Vanguard. Now, Vanguards are really beefy, pretty strong characters. They're sort of in the front lines. They can take a lot of damage. They do a good amount of damage. And they're kind of there to distract a little bit from the rest of the characters. So if you want to be in the action and just be really just like charge forward. Vanguards are cool. Other people might call them tanks, because they're big, they take a lot of damage, and they what's the word? They are difficult to kill, like a tank. Then you have the duelist. Now, the duelist, you're going to see a lot of people playing these characters. They do a good amount of damage. They're not as beefy as the tanks, but yeah, they're pretty versatile. Like Spider-Man is one, for example. I'm terrible at him. He's really hard to play because he swings around and shit. But yeah, there's quite a few characters for you to choose from here. This will probably be one of the characters you want to play. Like Scarlet Witch is really cool. Psylocke is cool. Black Widow's butt looks crazy, but she's also pretty cool. And yeah, like again, like I can always repeat this, and I don't mind repeating it after. Like I really don't mind. Like I said, I just want you to have fun and feel comfortable and enjoy. So don't worry about it. Again, I know this is a lot. It's a lot of characters, some of which you're like, who the hell is that? But again, it's just about having fun. So, and then here's strategist. So if we go to Vanguard, duelist, and then strategist. Now these characters are basically support characters. They're the healers. They're the people who are making sure that the rest of the team doesn't die. I love playing healers. I really like to be support. I think it's just fun, and it's also challenging in its own way. There's also Jeff the Shark, who's really fucking cute. And he's actually a really good character, so and pretty easy to play, I would say. But yeah, these characters are basically like you kind of like try to not die and just sort of just try to support the team and heal them and make sure that they're boosted, and by boosted, some of the characters, and by boosted, I mean some of the characters have abilities to make the other teammates stronger with their powers and stuff. But again, this is a lot of information, and it's okay if you forget all of it. What you're going to really learn by is doing. And I know that's scary because you're going to be going into something and it's going to be unfamiliar. It's going to be busy, but I love you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure that this is fun for us. And I'm not going to get mad at you if you lose or we die. Like, that's part of learning, like everything that you've ever done, you were just okay at or not very good at, and you're pretty good at it now. So, and you're amazing. So, and before we get started, I want to just say, like, if you don't end up liking it, if you give it a good shot and it's just not for you, I'm not going to be mad at you. Like, I would rather just play a game that you're going to enjoy than play a game or, reluctantly play a game with me that I like, but you don't like. Like, it's more important for us to just be having fun together and doing something together because I love you. So, okay, so what next? I want to show you the training area. So where you see that it says start, quick match and all that, there's a little option for practice range. And so we'll just go ahead and click that and confirm. Practice range is basically, it is what it is. Like it's an area that has no bad guys. It has some like robots that you can play with. And you can just play any character you want and just practice. So I'm gonna pick I'll try Moon Knight. I've never played Moon Knight before, so I have no idea what he does. So you start off in this kind of purpley area, and if you just go straight, you'll see it says Hero Simulation. So it shows you you can like spawn other characters. So if I want to kill the Hulk, I can summon the Hulk, and I can just hit him and see how fast it takes for me to kill him or something like that. It's kind of, it's kind of good if you want, like, I don't know, just to figure out, I guess, how to kill someone. I think, I don't know. See, like, even having played this game as long as I have, or as many hours as I have, I'm still like, I guess this is probably what this is for. Moon Knight's pretty cool though. Then to the right, you'll see that there's an area that has these like robots shooting next to each other. This is like for you to like sort of practice like range, or just kind of like see what your special moves do in terms of damage. So I just tried doing a right click attack, which sent like a, I don't know, at least like a moon thing. He like threw some kind of object. I'm not sure. But I can test other things. Let's see. Okay, he's got like a grappling hook. That's kind of cool. Oh, Moon Knight. Okay. His little like throwing star, or sorry, excuse me, throwing moons. They bounce. That's kind of cool. Huh. They like bounce between enemies a little bit. That's kind of neat. I didn't know that. See, that's something I learned from doing the training thing. So the training is just kind of, it's a good area, the practice range is a good area just for you to kind of learn what your character does. If you're ever confused and you're like, God, what does that move do? You can click F1 and it'll show all of like the details on their attacks and stuff. So we'll read Moon Knights together. So for example, F is Moonlight Hook. Launch a frontal grappling hook that pulls the Moon Knight forward. So that's pretty nice. Good for like traversal. If I push E, fire an onk to knock enemies within its radius airborne towards the center. Oh, I can do a double jump. Perform a combo with the truncheon, and the third strike will launch enemies up. Okay, yeah. So that's a good reminder. I will forget all of that. So yeah, even when you're playing with other people or whatever, you'll have the ability to click F1 and just to remind you of what you can do. Another thing that's kind of cool that you can see in F1, you can see your team up abilities. So team up abilities are basically if you play with another character. So if you played with me, and let's say you were playing Cloak and Dagger, who's another character, we would get like a bonus. So if we were playing those two characters together, it says that Cloak and Dagger can inject light and dark energy into Moon Knight to create a light and dark realm where Moon Knight can become invisible. Yeah, it's a really big explanation. Basically, it can make me invisible. So yeah, that's basically the training ground. Excuse me. Okay, so you can always, when we're not playing, mess around with the training ground and stuff. But I think for me, I learn better by doing and, actually being in the action a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do with you. Now, I know it's a little scary, especially because there are people who are very good at this game. But they do have sort of an in-between between playing people and playing bots, so or a training ground rather. So what we're going to do is hit escape, and then we're going to go leave game, not exit to desktop, but leave game. So we're leaving this training grounds match, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click where it says quick match, and we're going to click change mode. There's going to be a few options here, but you're going to look at the one that's to the right bottom, and it says practice versus AI. And there's 3 different types. There's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. We're going to do 1 star. So that will change the mode that we're on, and it'll send us back to that play screen. And then we're going to click start. So what that's actually doing, so we are playing with other people versus AI. So real human beings like you and me, versus AI. So this is a really good place if you're like really worried about just like people being a little bit too difficult. The AI will still kick your ass. However, it's I think it's a little more approachable, and it's a little less scary when it's everybody on your team is a person helping you. So I'm going to pick Mantis because I like being a healer. Pick whatever you want because this is just practice, basically. It's just training. Oh, somebody else picked Mantis. So yeah, you can't pick the same two characters. So I'm going to play Jeff instead. And then, yeah, so now we have a team of 6 people. So that's a good question. It does kind of matter who you play. But for your all intents and purposes right now, I think that it's better for you to just play a character you like. But, you know, once you get a little bit more advanced, once you're actually worried about winning versus just learning, it does matter a little bit. A lot of people will say that the perfect balance of a team is 2 healers, 2 DPS or duelists, and then 2 tanks or 2 vanguards. They're called. Sorry, I don't know if I called them vanguards, did I? But yeah, the tanks, the big beefy guys, are called vanguards. And so this is kind of a perfect balance for a lot of people. But a lot of people really like to play the duelist characters like Spider-Man and stuff. So it's sometimes hard to get that perfect balance. But you do your best, you know, you just try to win anyway. Okay, so a lot's going on right now. There's a lot of characters jumping around, stuff's firing. Just worry about learning your character. Just worry about, like, I just died. So, you know, I've played this game quite a bit, and I still die. I still die even against bots. Like, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. Sometimes you get backed into a corner by like 3 characters and there's nothing you can do. You can be stressed about it. You can get upset about it. You can get angry about it, but I choose not to. And it's not the end of the world. Oh, looks like you died, and that's okay. Though again, it's not a big deal. You're gonna die a lot anyway. Even if you're the best, even if you're better than me, you're gonna die. It's just part of the game. That doesn't mean that like you shouldn't play or that like you should give up or something. Like, truly, it's just part of the game. And like I said, even the best players die. But so I should have explained this. So basically, with these matches, there's different objectives. It's different pretty much every time, but they're pretty similar. There's like 3 or 4, I think. This one, we are trying to capture Odin's archive, which means nothing to you probably. There's basically a giant blue circle that you see that I'm in right now. I'm jumping around in my little shark outfit. And we're supposed to just stay in this zone as much as possible. The more people that are in it, I believe the faster we win. And that's pretty much it. So the bad guys, or I guess some of them are good guys, I don't know. You know what I mean? The enemies, the people on the other team, are trying to get inside this circle and you know, be in it long enough that they win. So we are fighting over this. It's like a territory war, kind of, you know. So right now, there's a lot going on, and again, I'm a little overwhelmed sometimes. But you're just here to have fun. You're just here to hang out with me. Just, you know, I'm sure some of your friends probably play it too. And let me tell you something. I know you love your friends. I know that you know, have a good time with them and stuff. But if they're being kind of toxic players, like, it is okay to not play with them. Like, I know it's easier said than done, but it's you're not going to enjoy a game with somebody who's like yelling at you and telling you suck and you need to get better. I personally have never enjoyed being spoken to like that. Oh, look, we won. Look at that. Good job. Yeah, I've personally never enjoyed a game where somebody was yelling at me and telling me I suck and I need to get good. I don't really believe in playing games with people like that. I just don't think that it's helpful. I don't think it's fun. I don't know. Maybe some other people do, but just not me. And I'm assuming that you're the same way. So anyway, so we won that match. which is great. But it's for this one specifically, the capture the area kind of missions. It's 2 out of 3, so you have to win twice out of 3 times to fully win this session or this match or whatever. In the beginning of these little interludes or whatever, we'll just be stuck in a room. People will kind of just be silly and jump around or shoot walls or whatever. And again, I know this, I'm talking really fast, but this game moves a little fast, and I'm happy to repeat this as many times as I need to. And maybe just like replay this in your head as many times as you need to, just until you feel comfortable, because again, I want you to have fun. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like the AI bots they're working together this round. They're doing a little bit better. So what you'll see here, while you're trying not to die, maybe you'll notice, one character is playing Groot, and I am Jeff the Shark. So I'm small and cute, and I can jump on his back. So that's kind of fun. So that's one of the power-up things that I was talking about. There's another character named Luna Snow, I think her name is. And if her and I play together, I get ice powers. So just little things like that you'll notice. Again, there's so much information. You're not going to remember all of this, and don't feel stupid, because you're not stupid. Most people cannot process and memorize that much information in one round. So, like I said, the most important part of this is just the doing part, is just learning, getting used to it, your muscle memory. I'm about to get eaten by venom. No, please. I'm just a shark. And one thing I'll mention too, just because your character is a certain type of character, doesn't mean you can't do certain actions. So what I mean by that is, for example, I'm Jeff right now. I'm a healer, but I just killed 2 people. So just because I'm a healer mostly, it doesn't mean I can't participate in getting kills or participate in doing damage. The other characters can't heal, but you don't have to be super confined to your role. You should still heal people, of course. You don't want to play Jeff as just a tank, because you'll die very fast if you play the game like that. But you could be basically be like a Jeff duelist almost. You could. Whoop, I just swallowed 4 people. Let's go. All right. So the annoying thing about Jeff, and why everybody hates him and says terrible things about him, is because of what I just did. So I swallowed 4 people with my special. Oh, I forgot to mention the specials. I'm so sorry. So special attacks are basically really powerful or really beneficial. Hey, we won. Are really beneficial powers. So it kind of charges up as you play the game. So Hulk can turn into super big Hulk. Jeff can swallow a bunch of people and then shoot them out and damage them. So what I just did there is I swallowed a bunch of people and I jumped off the cliff with them. And yeah, so those ultimate special abilities, you'll see in the right-hand corner, they'll kind of turn yellow and gold and be I don't know. It's very obvious what it is. You'll see it glowing and stuff when it's ready. And everybody has a different one. So on our team, Groot, I think he turns super big too. I can't remember actually. Spider-Man does this really annoying spin where he goes, "I'm the amazing Spider-Man," and then he shoots people with web. Mantis, she does a healing area of effect type thing. And I think Punisher, he gets giant guns on his back. So yeah, those are kind of their specials, and everybody has a different one and they do different things. So yeah, so we won. It's great. It would have been okay if we lost. And I wouldn't be mad at you, but it's cool that we won. And so now you're going to see this screen where all the characters that played together will be shown. You'll see like a little thumbs up thing. Most people just thumbs up everybody. I don't actually know what this does, so I'll have to Google that later. But I don't know. It's just like letting people know they did a good job. So I got 4 thumbs up. That means 4 people thought I did a good job. So you could say your boyfriend's pretty good at being Jeff the Shark. But that's what a match was. I know that was a lot. And there's probably things that I forgot to explain, but I mostly just kind of wanted to walk you through this a little bit just to make you feel like it's okay to be bad at something. I think especially when we get older and we're adults and stuff, it is a bit harder to adapt or feel okay being bad at something. It feels really awkward and it feels really uncomfortable. And yeah, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just a game. It's funny. I've taught other people how to play games and stuff like this, and I was really calm with them and sweet with them, and they ended up becoming a little, like, not toxic, but just like they get kind of heated about the games, and it just makes me laugh because when they first started they were so nervous, and then they then become this like pro gamer mentality, and it always makes me laugh. But yeah, that's basically Marvel Rivals. There's a lot more stuff that I could probably go into, but I just don't want to overwhelm you too much. So we're just going to play that one match, and I'm going to show you a few other things. So we're back at the play screen. Season at the top. It's next to play season. So this is like a season pass. Basically, you pay money to unlock like special collectible like items, basically. So on the first page, you'll see that the first thing you can unlock is this Black Panther skin. And you earn these like purple token things called chrono tokens by just playing the game every day, or, and so you can then spend those tokens on those skins. And then from what I understand, the skins, once the season is over, won't be available. So it's like, it kind of shows people like how long you've been playing the game almost a little bit, but they're also just cool. So there's like Black Panther skin, which is like kind of spacey. Then there's the Punisher skin. There is the Doctor Strange skin. There is the God, what's her name? Oh my God, her butt is like out. She's the bad girl from Thor: Love and Thunder. I can't even remember. Hela. Yeah, that's her name. So that she has a cool skin. The skin that I really wanted was the Mantis one, which is Galactic Wings. She looks so badass. And I just got it and I was really excited about it. Anyway, so that's that. So that's if you pay for the battle pass or so the game has seasons. Let me re-explain that. I messed that up. I mean, season pass is acceptable. That also works. But yeah, so each game has seasons. It's like, a certain theme or something. And then you can purchase this battle pass or season pass. It's the same thing. And then, you play the game, you earn tokens, and then you have the opportunity to unlock cool things, if that makes sense. Then you have the store. So you don't actually have to spend any money on this game if you don't want to. You probably will if you end up really liking it, just because you want cool costumes. But at the store, you'll see a bunch of stuff. Like there's a Black Widow costume where her makes her ass look insane. I mean, come on. Like, I'm not even, like, don't even be mad. Like, look at it. It's crazy. There's Wolverine. If you I don't know if I can't remember if we watched Deadpool and Wolverine, but yeah, this is his costume from that movie. So yeah, it's just basically like cosmetics, because you can't pay to win in this game, really. So I bought a couple costumes and stuff just because I'm a dork and I like to look cool. But yeah, so that's that. Tournament you don't really need to worry about unless you get really into it and you end up being really good at it, and you want to compete. Gallery, just shows you some of the like cool stuff you unlock. It's just kind of like cool pictures and things like that. Nothing really crazy you need to worry about unless you're like super into the Marvel stuff. There's also if you go to click season and you click missions, there are these daily mission things that I was talking about where you earn those purple tokens. So for this one, it says I will earn 36 chrono tokens if I collect 5 health packs, which, you know, it's not much, but hey, you know, it's probably going to happen anyway. Complete 3 matches, resist 2,000 damage with shields, secure 10 assists, things like that. There's challenges that are a little bit harder. So this one is deal 1,500 damage as Iron Fist, Wolverine, Moon Knight, and Venom. Then they have these season event ones, which are fucking crazy. It says team up with Venom as Spider-Man or Penny Parker and defeat 3 enemies with suit expulsion / armor expulsion. So these ones are a little harder, and this actually can get you currency that you could spend money with. 60, 60, 60, 60. Yeah, these are fucking hard, bro. I don't know. I'll probably try to get them sooner or later, but yeah. But basically that's Marvel Rivals. Again, and I've said this 100 times now, it's a lot. It's, you know, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And that's okay. That's part of the experience at first. And I know it's uncomfortable and I know it's like kind of scary, but you just got to keep slowly working your way in. And there was this guy I saw on some TikTok or something who was saying that sometimes like too much practice is a thing. Like if you're getting frustrated and you're feeling like it's too hard or you're just not getting it, just take a break. You know, I think he was the comparison he made was like, you know, I play Dark Souls, but I only play it for 30 minutes to an hour at a time. And the interviewer was like, what? He's like, well, I'll fight a boss and I will spend 30 minutes on it. And if I don't beat it in 30 minutes, I put the game down and I go do something else. And they go, how do you do that? It took me hours and hours to beat that boss. And he says, oh, it takes me hours and hours. But what I do is on Monday, spend 30 minutes. I lost and I took a break. On Tuesday, played 30 minutes. I still lost. On Wednesday, I beat him. And so I only spent an hour on that game versus the 4 to 5 hours that I would have taken stressing out and trying to beat it on that first Monday. And I've been in that situation personally where it's taking me hours and hours and hours and hours to beat a boss. And his basic point was that like when you're not doing something, your brain is trying to solve that problem. Like if there's something that's difficult for you to do or difficult for you to play or whatever, like when you're not playing that game, your brain is still passively trying to figure out how to get better at it. Like it's still processing the information that it's learned and stuff. So yeah. So that's one way to do it. Maybe just play a little bit every day, like 30 minutes, and just see what happens. I feel like you definitely can get better at this. You just have to sort of get comfortable with losing, or get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's going to take practice and time, and you know, but it's not like a huge thing. It's the goal of this is to have fun and to do something with me, your boyfriend. And again, if you end up if you end up not liking this, that's okay. And it's not the end of the world, I promise. And yeah. So that's about it. I love you and thank you for playing with me. And if you'd like, we can play a little bit more or we can do something else. It's up to you. Either way, I'm just happy to be here with you. You want to play a little bit more? Okay. Damn, you are you were really back in it. Can I get you a snack or anything? Or okay. Do you want a drink too? I'm sorry if I'm distracting you. Okay, I'll go get that for you. I love you. Have fun. I'll be right back.